Welcome to the That's Life Test Kitchen. Today we're going to make these fabulous rainbow meringues. Don't they look gorgeous? Meringues can be tricky. I know, I've found them quite tricky before, but our food editor Darlene is going to tell us how to get meringues right every time.
Yes, Linda, it's a great recipe, fun to make for just about any occasion. Also great to get the kids involved in the kitchen. Of course, there's so much colour that is fun for them too. It's all basically in getting the egg white separated correctly, and once you move on from there, it's a little bit of cream of tartar, lots of mixing and beating, and it's easy. So to start separating the eggs, basically it's best to separate eggs which are actually cold from the refrigerator. They separate easier. And basically I'm going to use the method where we use the shell, so cracking the egg each side.
Okay, now
like
you're
that.
using 3 different bowls.
That's why. So I've got one for my egg white, my yolk, and then that's just because I want to save those and make some lemon butter later, and I'm going to obviously not use those. Into your mixing bowl straight away, because what you don't want to make the mistake of is separating the next egg and getting yolk into your lovely jug full of egg whites. Now, as I mentioned, it's good to separate them from the fridge because the cold eggs do separate easier, but of course we get the best volume when they come to room temperature. So once we've got them separated into the bowl, we're just going to let them sit just for about 10 or 15 minutes, and once that's done, we can keep on with the process. Once we've got them in there, and of course let them sit, put our cream of tartar in to there.
Now this is after we've let them sit.
Yeah, so we'll let them sit so that they come, it only takes about 10 or 15 minutes just to take the chill off them. Then into our mix master.
Now that took about how many, 3 minutes?
It takes about 2 to 3 minutes, and as you can see, that's a great stage to get at. It's a nice peaky form, and we're going to keep that mixing just really slow. So we need 1.5 cups of caster sugar. But what we need to do, of course, is add it really gradually. Now this is a stage that can take about 10 minutes, and what we want to do is just add it in, just a little bit at a time. And it's essential that what we're doing is beating it in each of these stages so that the sugar dissolves into the egg white.
So what does the cream of tartar add?
Okay, it's a good thing to add in because what it does, it helps to stabilise the egg whites.
So Darlene, how do you know that the sugar is all dissolved into the egg white?
Okay, the easiest way to do it is a little bit between your fingers and just rub your fingers together, and you'll feel if there's still sugar granules in the meringue mixture.
Good trick.
Okay, the meringue's ready now to come off the mix master. Just going to get most of it off.
And that does look nice and silky smooth.
It is nice and silky smooth, and all the sugar crystals have dissolved in there.
Who knew raw egg could look that good?
What we're going to do now is we're going to add in the colouring. Now, this depends how much colouring you add, really depends on how vibrant you want the colour of your meringues. The ones we've got here have got as much as a cupful of colour in them, which of course makes it fun for the kids. If you just wanted to do something that was really soft and pretty, you could just use the dropper and add in just a few drops of colour.
And I can imagine the kids going wild with this and putting in lots of colours and ending up with, you know how you always end up with plasticine, or Play-Doh, it always ends up purple because all the colours mixed in.
And basically,
that looks gorgeous.
What I'm going to do is just swirl it through so that it has that nice effect. So that's it. We don't want to over mix it now that it's got the colour in there.
So it's really just folding it in.
It is just folding it in. We've folded in the colour, and now what we're going to do is scoop it onto the trays.
And here's the tray.
And what we're going to do, Linda, is what you could do is scoop it out with a measuring cup and put it onto the trays, but a clever little trick that we've learned in the test kitchen here is to use an ice cream scoop.
Ah, that is clever.
So what this does is allows us to make even-sized meringues quickly without too much fuss.
And now having water, that doesn't matter?
It doesn't affect it. Just quickly dip it in though. Right. Obviously we don't want a lot of water in the scoop. And then basically we can scoop our meringue just like that. Just like you would old-fashioned ice cream. Sometimes every second time just give it a scoop just so that it does come out easily. And as you can see, they're nice and good size. And then once we've done that stage, what we're going to do is we're just going to get the palette knife and just flatten them out a little bit. A little bit of shape. So this mixture with the 6 egg whites makes 12 meringues, about that size. And from that stage, what we do is into the oven. The oven's preheated to 130 degrees. Once they go in, we're going to reduce it down to 110.
How do you know that they're properly cooked?
Okay, the easiest way is quickly just check they move off the tray. And then when they move freely, you know that they're done. That takes 35 minutes. And once you've checked that they're okay, turn off your oven, let them cool completely so that they keep nice and crisp on the outside.
So there you have it. Fabulous, crispy, colourful rainbow meringues. And don't they look great?